Greetings, everyone. Hope you're keeping well. Today, I want to speak to you about a new opportunity that's going to be coming up on the Zagga platform during the course of this week, which I think would be interesting to many of our investors. I'm quickly just going to share my screen with you and take you through the information memorandum for this investment. So as you can see, we have loan 5000128, which is offering a return of 8.5% per annum against an LVR of 62.5% for a total lend of 13.813 million for a period of between 6 and 12 months. This is a very interesting property in Tamarama, and for those of you who live in Sydney and who know the eastern suburbs, this is currently the Backpackers on Fletcher Street in Tamarama, which has been acquired by one of our developer clients. And the purpose of the funds is to assist with the purchase settlement of number 63 Fletcher Street, Tamarama, which already has a DA for 13 luxury apartments. As those of you who know the area will know, these apartments will have wonderful views out over Tamarama and the ocean. It's really iconic. Settlement of the loan is due on August the 30th, and therefore we're going to require investor funds by the 28th of August. I should also mention at this point in time that we already have one of our institutional funders locked into this loan for about 60% of the loan amount, and we're currently looking to fund the balance. As you can see there, the borrower is a special purpose company, DA Tamarama Proprietary Limited, and we have the loan secured by two guarantors, one being the owner of the development company and then its shareholder and director. As is always the case in our loans, we don't give away private information, but we have done a full due diligence into both guarantors as well as into the borrower, and we're perfectly satisfied with the information that's been made available. The loan is actually secured by two properties, the security property at Fletcher Street, Tamarama, and also by a commercial property at 48 to 50 Gyp Street in Collingwood. We have valuations for both of these properties. As I mentioned earlier, it's a minimum 6 months with a maximum 12 months loan. Should the loan roll over into the second 6 months, then interest will be paid monthly in advance. The current investor return will be 8.5% per annum, paid quarterly in arrears at month 3 and month 6, and then subsequently in months 9 and 12 if required, as I explained above. Our credit team has rated this a B4, which means that default is considered highly unlikely. The LVR is at 62.5%, although this is subject to final review once we get a second valuation for the Collingwood property. For those of you who are interested in the loan, the term sheet will be available up on the platform. As you can see here, we've given full information about the loan. Effectively, the entire transaction is worth $22.1 million. We're lending $13.8 million, of which 6 months interest has been capitalized. Zagga is earning a platform fee of 1.35%, and there's an arranger fee of 0.55%. The borrower is paying 9%, and investors are getting 8.5%, so Zagga's spread on the loan is 0.5%, as you can see. The Tamarama property has been valued by Property Logic with a current as-is value of $15.5 million. Please bear in mind, therefore, that this does not include any beneficiation or improvements to be made to the property. And we have instructed Egan's valuers to value the Collingwood property. There is a valuation from CBRE, but because we cannot get a reliant party valuation, we've asked for our own valuation. The developer intends building 13 luxury apartments on the site, and so far the indicative pricing for those apartments ranges between 1.99 million for the one bed all the way up to $13 million for the penthouse. We've made certain valuation assumptions and have actually applied some discounts to the value that we've been received, and we've also looked at some comparative information both for the Tamarama property as well as for the Collingwood property, and you'll be able to read all of this information in our term sheet. We like the position of the developer and guarantor as well, who has net assets of around $60 million, of which $58 million is in property assets, but with very low gearing, and debt levels only of around 15 million, so really at around 22-23%. The developer has recurring cash flows of 1 million per annum to support any interest payments to be made, and has cash in the bank of over $9 million. So this looks to be, on the face of it, an extremely comfortable situation for us to lend into. I've already explained the security and the LVR to you. We think that there's a very comfortable exit, either via conversion to construction funding facilities with a major bank, or just to get in other levels of senior debt lending. We also believe there would be no difficulty in refinancing this transaction should the need arise. Our normal conditions to the loan apply. You can read all about that in the IM. Our credit team, CCPA, have provided oversight on this deal. They know the developer from other transactions where they have been involved, and we think that there's a very strong recommendation for this transaction. So if you're interested in investing, remember, no less than $100,000. We need your money by the 28th of August, and we'll be looking to get the loan out the gate on the 30th of August. You'll receive a notification from us to tell you that the loan is up on the platform. If you'd like to be matched to the loan, please send an email to info@zagga.com.au, but you'll also be able to find it on the platform just by going to look at the loan book. Okay, that's an interesting one for you. Give it some thought. Bear in mind that if your money's in the bank, you're earning under 1%. This is going to give you 8.5% per annum. We look forward to hearing from you. Keep safe, stay well, and take care.